Welcome to Texas Honda Channel. Hope everybody is having a blessed day. If you're new here, please click that subscribe button. So in this video, we're going to be talking about a mistake that I made and I don't want you guys to make. Also, the drive shaft lengths. We got the RX-8 and the Ford Ranger / Mazda B2300 drive shaft. We got the measurements for the diff to the transmission and what we're going to do about that. But first, I want to show you a mistake that I made. I don't want you guys to make. As you can see, this is how I want it to look. This is the setup I'm going for. 3-inch downpipe with a V-band. I can adjust the angle. I won't be running fender exit or hood exit. It'll be full exhaust, 3-inch full exhaust, and it'll be pretty nice and it'll sound good. Because as a lot of you know, I'm still going to be using this as a daily work truck on top of being turboed and having a lot of fun with it. So I kind of want the full exhaust and it'll give it more of a sleeper effect. Well, first thing is I bought a 4-bolt V-band that goes to the GT35 turbo right here. They didn't have any measurements on their seller page, so I just went ahead and bought it. Thought it was the right one. This is the exhaust gasket from Max Peating Rods for the GT35 turbo. So I went ahead and laid it over the top. 1 bolt hole lines up out of all 4. So this is the what they call small 4-bolt. So I went to Jackspania because I trust them. They're an eBay seller. Link is in the description. They always sell quality parts, and when I message them, they always answer back within a day and answer my questions. A really good seller on eBay, so that's why I just went to them. Well, before I went to them, I bought this stainless steel downpipe, which is also a 3-inch. And I found out that there is a 3-inch V-band, and then there's another 3-inch V-band. Well, this one, as you can see, has tons of room. It doesn't want to clamp down, and this thing is mostly tightened down. It should be really tight. So this V-band won't work unless I cut this off and put another V-band style that is smaller, 94.5 millimeters across to be exact. This one is 112 millimeters or something like that across. So I need a smaller V-band downpipe, which I did find another one, but I'm out of funds now because I had to pay bills like everyone else. So I can't use this. I can't chop this off and put another one on. I just don't have the funds for all that right now. But I'd like to use this one, but I'm probably going to go with a different one once I get funds and just return these. But this together was like 80 bucks or more. For just these 2 pieces. So don't make the same mistake I did. Get the proper 4-bolt, which is right here. I got this one from Jackspania. Like I said, a trusted eBay seller. Link is in the description for this exact one. If you are running a GT35 82 Max Peating Rods Turbo or a GT30 twin scroll or GT30 single scroll, I definitely would measure across on what you need, because this one right here is the larger 4-bolt. The length is on screen right now, so you can actually measure hole to hole. But that's what I would do. I would measure first and ask the seller before purchasing, so that way you don't make the same mistake as me. But this one is the larger diameter. You can see, especially whenever I set them on top of each other, how much different the bolt patterns are. This one is definitely smaller. And this gasket fits absolutely perfect and lines up with all 4 holes on this one. So this is the one I'm going to put on. I'm going to use the metal gasket, just bolt it on there, and then we'll figure out the V-band downpipe setup. So I hope that makes sense. Tried to clear it up as quick as I can while still making it detailed. So now we're going to talk about the drive shaft situation. So this long one right here, that is the Ford Ranger Mazda B2300 drive shaft for the 2004. That's what this truck is a 2004. So I got under there and I measured from where this drive shaft bolts directly to the rear differential, and I measured from that flat spot all the way to the yoke side of the RX-8 transmission, and we got 4 foot 9.5 inches. That's how long the drive shaft needs to be from end to end. Now we have this RX-8 drive shaft right here. It is exactly 10 inches smaller. So if I was to get this one extended 10 inches out and then put this rear setup here on it, then it would work perfect. But these are unserviceable from what I was reading. You cannot replace these U-joints. You have to usually replace the entire shaft. So I don't know what I need to do to make that work. I tried to find some specialty shops, and no one really wants to touch this project because it's a Mazda B2300, aka Ford Ranger, with a Honda engine and an RX-8 transmission. They just think it's going to be complicated. It's really not. If I had the tools and equipment, I could do it myself, but I really don't. Basically, if I was to get this yoke off and put it on that drive shaft, everything will bolt perfectly, exactly where it needs to be. So right here, how it says 4 foot 9.5 inches, that is the butt of it. That is where it goes all the way into the transmission. So if I was able to get this cut off and like welded on here, then it would have the proper spline count, because I already tried to put this on. It goes over the splines, so it doesn't actually lock into them. This one is a lot larger of a diameter than this one. But if these splines were on this drive shaft would work perfect, and I wouldn't have to do anything special to get it going. But that doesn't seem like a very big task for a proper drive shaft shop. Unfortunately, I don't do Austin, Dallas, or Houston traffic. Waco sometimes is sketchy for me, mostly because of the anxiety. It's kind of a problem with my autism. Like when I get in heavy traffic, I get very weird. So it's just an autistic thing. So I'm probably going to see if an online company will make one. Every one of them I've reached out to just literally doesn't respond to me. So I don't know if it's just because they don't want to touch such a cool project or no one wants to help. Either way, I'll figure it out. We've got a pretty decent layout, and you know, 4 foot 9.5 inches from where the yoke is fully seated in the transmission to the back where it's fully bolted to the diff using a Ford Ranger diff spot and a RX-8 yoke spot. So either way, we'll figure it out. I just wanted to make this video so you guys know exactly what's going on, especially with the V-band stuff. If you guys already knew, kudos to you. I didn't know, and I'm paying the price for it, wasting money that I don't have to waste on parts that I need. So we're getting a lot closer for sure. I still have to get a 34mm pipe that is about 1.5 feet long onto here, which is the Toyota Yaris fill tube, because this doesn't have one from the factory to fill. So we'll do that, and then it'll probably need another 1.5 feet that direction, which they actually have a flexible hose for that part, so I'm not worried about it. But this side, we might just run a pipe. It'll clear everything. It'll clear the exhaust, the heat, and all of that stuff, and then we can clock the turbo to miss it. And then all the coolant stuff will be officially ran. So then we won't have to worry about that at all. The only thing we'll have to do is get oil feed, oil drain hooked up, and the intercooler and piping kit that I got from Max Peating Rods that I mentioned in my other video and showed in that video. And then we gotta get it piped up here to the throttle, which this can move if I absolutely have to. I'll get rid of it. And yeah, then we'll pretty much be ready to fire it. We just need a computer, an RSX computer, and it has to be a manual, and then we can get an immobilizer bypass for that. We have a CRV computer in here, but no immobilizer bypass, so it will not start. Everyone's saying the Type R doesn't have the immobilizer, but can't find a Type R for cheap. And I am doing this all on a budget, as most of you know, so I appreciate each and every one of you who understand exactly what I'm going through. And for the ones that don't, just try to understand I don't have a lot of money. I'm just doing the best I can and providing you guys some pretty cool content, or trying to at least. But that's basically it for this video. I hope it was kind of informative, especially on this stuff and what we're going to be doing with the drive shaft. But that's basically it for this one. So I will get off of here. If you guys have any questions or want to tell me anything, Instagram.com/Texas Honda channel to get a hold of me, or more_motor_sports@yahoo.com. Send me an email. But I'm going to go ahead and get off here. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a blessed day. But until next time, God bless, stay safe, stay awesome.